A breath, a whisper, a shout from the mountaintop, spilling words that echo into the valleys, carving the landscape like a river that erodes an outcrop. To be gifted with a voice that is uniquely mine, we do not need permission to speak, just like the sun does not ask for permission to shine. Change makers, that's who we are. Fulfilling the prayers of our ancestors who were taught by the stars. Paving a path that belongs to us. You belong here and there, especially with a heart that is fearless. Speak your truth, find your roots, and never forget to be unapologetically you and someone that you'd always choose. Ilíiaitchik. Hello everyone, my name is JoRee Lafrance. My Apsalagan name is Ilíiaitchik, which means fortunate with horses, and I come from the Apsalagan Nation in southeastern Montana. Today, I invite all of you to think about the voices that you look up to and how they are taking the mic to mold their stories to push and empower change. I want you to think about the role that you all have and know that your role is valued and important, especially today in this room. I want you to never forget that wherever you go, you're a guest on these lands. Ilíiaitchik, to speak good words. Use your voice to speak good. Know when to take the mic and pass the mic. As we begin today's summit, remember to be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself and the shoulders that you stand on, but brace yourself for the next generations you carry as you create the world in which you deserve. Welcome everyone to the 2026 Planet Forward Summit. Thank you. Aho.
Forward Summit, where big ideas, fresh faces, and unbelievable stories about our planet take center stage. Over the next few days, you'll hear from impressive guest speakers, learn from experts, and make new connections with your peers. The summit is a launchpad for creativity, where curiosity turns into action, an opportunity for student storytellers to showcase their talents and make connections with people who can help turn their dreams into reality. This year, the microphone's in your hands.
All year long, students have been covering the change makers who are tackling issues of climate change and injustice everywhere.
Solutions, water, food, justice. Stories that make you think and stories that inspire action.
Last year, Planet Forward students told stories from the Galapagos, remote New Mexico, Belém, Brazil, and many other places across the world. This year, StoryFest winners are going to the Arctic to document inspiring solutions in a rapidly changing environment.
We're so proud of every student who worked with Planet Forward this year. Whether you submitted a story, published with us, or went on an exciting adventure, your work inspires us to think bigger, to imagine a better future for our planet.
Every story submission you see highlighted here today started with a question like,
What's happening in my community?
Which voices haven't been represented?
What solutions are already working?
And how can I make people care?
Student voices matter now more than ever. Journalism, climate research, and scientific initiatives are under threat, but that's all the more reason to stand up now.
My story aims to show how glaciers, like the one I'm in right now, are not just pieces of ice, but rather they can be considered strategic public assets that can and should be protected by law.
My name is Sylvia Leggett. I'm a junior at Tuskegee University, and my story focuses on academia and science education at HBCUs. Hey, you know!
I spoke to local residents and coastal experts to understand how UK towns are affected by climate change.
So take the mic, even if your voice shakes.
Pick up the pen, even if you're not sure how the story is going to end.
Because we need reporters, we need photographers, we need creators. We need people who are willing to listen and eager to work towards a solution.
So what are you waiting for? Go on, take the mic. Let's shape the story together.
Good morning, everybody. What? Go ahead. Oh, no! That's what happens when you have lights in the eyes. Okay, let's try that again. Ready? There we go. All right, so welcome to the 2026 Planet Forward Summit, our 13th summit. Huh? Not bad? Take the mic, shape the story. We're going to have an extraordinary time over the next couple of days. I think many of you have already met other people. But before I go any farther, for those who could, would you just please stand up? Everybody stand up if you can. All right? And just turn around and introduce yourself to somebody you don't already know. Okay, that's a great start. That's a great start. What I'm going to encourage you to do over the next couple of days is lots more of that. We'll take breaks, we'll have lunch, we'll have opportunities to chat. Let me ask our Planet Forward correspondents to please stand. The correspondents in the room, could you stand? All right. Thank you. Now let me ask those who are finalists in Planet Forward Story Fest to please stand. So we'll find out tomorrow who wins, but everybody who is a finalist and everybody who submitted, you're already winners because you've posted, you've done great things. How many people in the room have posted, published an environmental story on Planet Forward or some other platform? Raise your hand if you've published a story. Okay? How many of you have posted a video, a photo on Instagram or some other social media platform about something dealing with the planet or climate change or something? All right? How many of you have written a paper or done a project for a class that has something to do with the planet? All right? How many of you have written a memo or posted an idea or put an idea together on paper, on whatever, about the planet? Okay? So I rest my case. You're all storytellers. We are all storytellers. We all communicate. And if we can communicate well, clearly, compellingly, memorably, if we can manage fact and combine that together with a narrative, that's a great thing. And that's what we're here to do. When I started in the media, in journalism, in television, the world was a different place. And what it is now, it's a Substack world, it's a YouTube world, it's a content creator world, it's a podcaster world, and you can drive your own audience. And that's a lot about what we're going to be hearing today. The other thing that's changed since I got into this weird business, there was a time when the environment and the planet actually had bipartisan support. It was a Republican who established the Environmental Protection Agency. It was Newt Gingrich, a Republican, and Nancy Pelosi, a Democrat, who sat side by side and warned about climate change. And now that's an undone world. So how do we tell stories into that world? And into a world where, yes, we can all be storytellers, but so can those who peddle mis- and disinformation and conspiracy theories, and who deny science, and who deny the facts. So this storytelling thing that we are doing, whether you are a journalist, a filmmaker, a podcaster, an influencer, a scientist, an advocate, whatever you are, how we communicate matters. How we tell stories matters. How we tell people that the facts that we're talking about and where they come from are real facts, because we can't even agree on what's really out there in these days. But I think there's incredible opportunity here. And that's what we're going to be focusing on over these next few days. I want to thank our sponsors and our partners who make this possible. This would not be taking place without you, so thank you all very, very much. You're going to meet some of these folks over the course of the next few days. And I want to say that thanks to the Walton Family Foundation, one of the areas of focus that our students, our correspondents, and others do is water. Right? Water is not something to be taken for granted in this country anymore, or anywhere else for that matter. I want to thank our pillar schools. Our pillar schools are amazing, and they support our work, and they support their students and our students, and they help tell our story. Also, our consortium schools, a broader coalition of schools that are out there. A couple of other thank yous. World Wildlife Fund, the Nature Conservancy, the Smithsonian, Manga Bay, NPR, NBC. You'll be meeting folks from all of these places over the next couple of days, but they help make this possible. Super thanks to the Planet Forward Advisory Council, and where's Lydia? Lydia, thank you very much. Dan Reed, where's Dan? Chair of our advisory council, you'll meet him later, just makes so much so possible. Certainly the Alliance, the George Washington University Alliance for a Sustainable Future, the Columbian College. So Planet Forward is based in the School of Media and Public Affairs, where I'm based. That's within the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences. And you'll be hearing from the dean later, who will talk to you about the engaged liberal arts and what we mean by that, which is what we're doing. Taking what we all know broadly and engaging them and telling the stories and making change. As I mentioned, this is a turbulent time. And you're here in Washington at a very strange and difficult moment, a very polarized, divided moment in our national experience and history. That's why these narratives matter, and that's why hope matters. And through storytelling, you empower your voices, you elevate other voices, you connect people with leaders and remarkable, courageous people who are inventing and innovating to get to this better future. And we keep a narrative, a story out there that really matters now, so that we don't forget where this is coming from, so that we don't forget who the people are who are the leaders, and so that we don't lose hope. So I want to, over the next couple of days, I'm going to be sharing the stage with a dear friend and colleague, somebody who plays a really exciting role in Planet Forward. Some of you have probably traveled with her. Some of you will travel with her. So could I now introduce my colleague and the Director of Academic Adventures at Planet Forward, Dr. Imani. Cheers. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I couldn't be better. And now we're together here. This is great.
Together again.
And we have to do this too, because you make a point of expressing yourself through style.
Yes.
And you have a story to tell about what you're wearing today, so go ahead.
Oh, I always do. Well, my favorite thing to do at the summit is to highlight African women designers. So this is from Katora. She's from Ghana. And my goal is to not only highlight, support buy local. And so when I was in Accra about 2 years ago, I bought several pieces from her. She made a couple there, shipped them to me. I went back to pick some up, and so it's my favorite. Last year was from South Africa. The year before that was a Nigerian dress. The year before that, I was not here because I was in Paris with my son. And the year before that was another South African dress. So out of 12 years, I've highlighted 12 different African women and the work that they do in fashion.
Very cool. Another story, right? So should we do the school shout out thing?
We should.
All right.
Who's here?
We like this. So, all right, we've got lots of schools in the room represented, right? So let's move around the room. Who have we got over here?
Yes. They always roll deep.
Okay. You guys got to see this. SUNY ESF, please stand up.
They come with it. They come with it. I love it.
So thanks. SUNY ESF has been a great partner throughout, and I just want to give a plug, by the way. They were so inspired by this that they've created a digital media lab on campus. This is a science campus to tell the stories that they're doing through their work and discovery, so that others can understand, enjoy them, and so that we can put this in a narrative that people can really appreciate. So SUNY ESF. Who else? Other schools? Rutgers. Oh, Rutgers is here. Where's Dina?
In the back.
Where's Dina?
Yeah.
Dina's here. So
Yay.
The Rutgers and the Dina crowd, you're going to see these folks later. Unbelievable films.
They're phenomenal.
Right? Science films. Your turn. Next.
I can say, next, who's here? Who's in this corner?
Anybody else? Schools over here?
Schools?
Go ahead. Oh, GW.
My students. I'm glad. Check. Good to see you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Over here? Eckerd?
Yes.
All right. Eckerd's
Okay,
great. We like Eckerd. Our daughter went to Eckerd, right?
Really?
Marine biology, right?
I didn't know that.
She's helping to work at an aquarium in Honolulu right now.
Shout out to
You
Emily.
can put this to work.
Love that.
All right?
Who else? Middlebury. Well, Frank doesn't want to shout out his alma mater, which is fine, but I will.
But you can.
I will. Yes, Middlebury. Thank you. Who are Middlebury? Can you guys stand up? We got a big crowd from there too. They like to represent. Thank you for being here as always.
All right.
I love it. Anyone else? Are we missing any other school? Tuskegee. Yes, TU.
Right. Tuskegee's awesome. All right, where's Tuskegee? All right.
I love it. I love it.
I visited Tuskegee about 6 weeks ago. I had an awesome visit there. Visited ESF, visited Middlebury.
Yep.
So we go on to campuses.
I
Welcome,
love it.
Tuskegee.
Thank
All right.
you.
Who else?
Any other schools?
University of Arizona.
Yay! I think you might be one of our furthest schools. Do we have anyone else further than Arizona? Spain? Oh, welcome back. I'm glad you came. I love it. Another
All right.
former
Who
student.
else? Anybody over here we haven't heard from? Other schools? All right.
love it.
Others will be joining us throughout these next few days. So make sure that you're meeting and mixing with one another.
Please.
So, themes for this year.
Theme. We have themes. Vertical videos, YouTube movers, podcast films, Instagram posts. At a time of crisis and distraction, the Planet Stories are now taking shapes to inform and influence new audiences.
How many in the room have done a podcast?
I have 3.
Okay.
Check them out.
Right. How many in the room have done a vertical video and posted a vertical video? How many's done? Who's done TikTok?
Who's on the TikTok?
Who's consumed TikTok? Okay.
Who consumes it on Instagram like a real millennial? Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so this is a lot of what we're going to be hearing about
Yep.
and exploring. How you can cut through the noise on these different platforms.
That's the goal. And you're going to meet students. We're spotlighting your work, storytellers, influencers, and of course some experts to get some tips from. I'm going to go through some quick housekeeping very, very quickly. We have our emergency exits located right behind us. Bathrooms are going to be located on the second floor. Also, we have food and drink. Please keep it outside of this lovely space, but we have a delicious lunch for you all at 12:30 across the street at our University Student Center. We also have coffee and breakfast. Hopefully there'll be some more things upstairs on the second floor.
We're also shameless and we will bribe you. So if you post on social media about what's going on here, we have
There's a QR code.
this incredible bandana that you can have.
Yeah,
Designed by the one and only Gwen McLowry. Gwen, thank you. All right. But no, seriously, post on video. We want to share the bandana widely with everybody and spread the word about what you're hearing, seeing, and doing here over the next few days.
Everyone takes the mic.
Okay, a couple of other things. As I said, as Dr. Cheers said, the QR code there, that'll have the whole program. In the program, we'll have all the times. This afternoon is workshops, amazing workshops. We'll talk more about that.
Yep.
That'll have the room numbers for that. If you haven't registered for a workshop, you can do that there.
Please do. That's super important. And we have, I think we're going to highlight a couple of stories.
Well, we're going to do that, but before we get to
Just
the stories
kidding.
that we're going
I'm
to highlight,
excited.
we want to invite you to
where'd it go?
pull out your phones. And we're going to do a Sligo question. Can we put our question up?
There it is.
So we want to ask
it
you
is.
all this.
Get out the way.
What word best describes how environmental stories can be told? So think about that. Let me get out of your way so you can get the QR code.
QR code.
What one word best describes for you how environmental stories can be told? And while we're working on that,
They will come in.
empathy,
Yes.
hope.
Passion.
Wow. Passionately, openly.
I immediately thought urgently, but
Well, you can pull out your phone. You can play.
I don't have my phone on me. I took it somewhere. I don't know where it is. Oh, this is good. Passionately, hope, justice,
Wow. Truthfully,
openly,
yes, please.
kindly,
Factually.
that's the main thing. Compelling, humanizing. Oh, this is good.
It's very good. And I think we're going to see a lot of this.
Good.
And we'll come back and ask you some more questions. There's also a survey outside we'd like to ask you to do along the way. So lots of things. A couple of other things
Keep coming.
as you're finishing this out, and then we'll reflect on this. This afternoon, this evening, there's a reception, very cool reception. It's a poster session, but it's also story fair. So for the students in the room, people in the room who've done stories, you'll have big stickers. So go up if you haven't done a story, or even if you have, talk to somebody who's done one and exchange stories about your story.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, and we'll have everybody take the mic. We'll make this room a sort of town hall meeting. So we'll do that too. So just sort of setting your expectations a little bit. Lunch, an incredible, sustainable lunch catered by Ridgewell's, which is also a partner of ours here at GW.
I love that.
So let's see.
I like
What
the
have we
tree.
got?
Who put the tree? I like that.
That's pretty cool.
I love an emoji. Why
That's
not?
good. Emojis are good.
I'm here for that.
Passionately, honestly, compellingly, hopeful stories.
Yeah.
Important.
Fearlessly.
Digestible, so people can understand them. Transparency, so we know who's speaking. Who are the sources? Who are the characters? Where do they come from?
More emojis. Multilingual. I like that as well. Thank you.
New generation.
In real time.
It's time for me to leave.
Heartfelt.
Openly,
not leave, but pass the mic.
fearlessly,
right?
inclusively. Very thoughtful room. Thank you very much. These are
Honestly,
great ideas and thoughts, and we should keep these. And we will publish this, so we will see this again. All right.
Thank you.
Should we highlight some of the work before we move on to our first?
We should absolutely highlight
Right.
work.
And we should do.
We're here
we got to go
that.
quickly here.
We got to go quick. Yes.
All right. So first one, just to give you a sample, right? We had more stories this year than we've ever had. We had a higher quality of stories, and I shouldn't bury the lead, bury the news. We have had an agreement, and we've come to an agreement with a independent producer that is producing national programs for public broadcasting.
Yes.
6 programs next year for public broadcasting to be seen nationally, as I say. Every episode next year will include a Planet Forward student story. So we can say that your stories next year will be in front of millions of people. What kind of stories? All right, here's one, a multimedia story by Will Hinkle. Where's Will? All right.
Hello.
Will's story is a, where is it? Okay, Will's story is going to come up here in a minute. Here we go.
Oh, it's coming.
Translating of Foreign Landscapes, Reflections from Patagonia. Will was in, among other places, Argentina, did a beautiful story here, what we call multimedia, photos, scrolling text, very well written, lots of things like that. Another one that we've got here from SUNY ESF, Isaac Moore. This is a video. Where's Isaac? Where's Isaac? Okay, take a look.
Median household income in the county at approximately $50,000 a year, while nearby town of Westport averages around $250,000, and some zip codes in Greenwich as high as $800,000. Bridgeport's population also has the highest percentage of people of color in the county. Another way that Bridgeport is distinct from other towns is its air quality. It has consistently ranked among the worst air quality in the state. This poor air quality is shared by some neighboring towns, but the wealthiest towns that don't share borders with Bridgeport see lower levels of air pollution. Downtown Bridgeport is also home to the largest incinerator in the state of Connecticut and among the top 10 largest in the country.
Ooh, I like that.
Strong story that also gets back to what members of the community are doing to address this challenge and actually changing. Thanks.
Thank you, Isaac. Environmental justice is one of my major topics. So we have a written story now by University of Arizona. Lashera Pacheco, are you here? Yes, hello. Let's check this out.
So here you see Lashera's essay, Growing an Indigenous Gardening Curriculum. Again, ideas from the community to help the community. And when we talk about stories that give hope and stories that have transparency, this does it, because we hear the story, see the story, read the story.
Read the story.
People who are making change.
And I love the images, so beautiful job there. Thank you very much. And then we have, why are my slides out of order? Is that my last one?
I got it.
We got Kyle. I was saying.
All right. A very good friend who's doing very important work at YouTube. He is working directly with Condé Nast, Washington Post, Heather Cox Richardson. Anybody in the room know Heather Cox Richardson's work?
A couple people,
okay.
Yes.
On their YouTube presentations. Kyle couldn't be with us, very much wanted to. And by the way, Kyle went to Middlebury too, so another alum, what can I say?
It all connects.
Kyle couldn't be with us because he and his wife just had a baby. They are fundamentally hopeful, right? And they are moving the planet forward in their way. But Kyle was able to talk to us, and you're going to see him a couple times throughout the next couple of days, about what he and they are doing and learning inside YouTube about what audiences want and how they're responding and how stories are told. So let's ask him to start us off here.
My name is Kyle Fink, and I am here in New York City at Chelsea Market at YouTube's headquarters in New York City. My job is quite simply to ensure that there is as much high quality news on YouTube as possible. When I meet with the legacy media organization or traditional newsroom partners across the spectrum, they're often coming to YouTube to try to figure out what the future of their audience looks like and what resonates. And I often bring them research, not just from YouTube, but from the wider news ecosystem. I'm sure many of folks in the audience today are familiar with a digital news report from Reuters that I think is the gold standard in many ways. And they've been doing longitudinal studies for many, many years. And what we found for the first time last year that's illustrative of a much longer trend is that for the first time, social and video networks became the primary source of news in the US for the first time, with 54% of audiences saying they got their news from primarily social and video networks. And that's a really big change, right? And within that change, we see smaller changes that I often really emphasize with my partners. That includes people increasingly going to trusted individuals versus institutions to consume news, and to really think about, okay, I get the news, but I really want to understand the news. And how does that news fit into my day-to-day life? And I think that's where creators and news creators really start to bring a lot of value to the table in terms of satisfying that viewer need.
Trusted sources, satisfying viewer need. So
and it's where we're headed. So what I love about his sound bites that we're sharing, and also the importance, we know that unfortunately people aren't sitting at home at 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. watching the news, but they're really getting it from their phones. So how can we make it as accurate and compelling as possible?
So how do you all take that? And that's some of what we're going to be doing.